And of course, earlier today we had the great Jacaranda TAFE markets, and we were there broadcasting on the local radio station, and unfortunately it decided to pour rain at that point in time, but thankfully it cleared up, and it's cleared up to a beautiful day, of course, for the parade of Jacaranda. Well, we've got things underway, and we've got the New South Wales Police escorting the first lot of floats coming down the main street of Grafton. New South Wales Police, and of course this would be the Highway Patrol, Leo, that is leading the parade this afternoon. And of course the New South Wales Police like to keep us safe on the roads, and at the same time keep the criminals behind bars if they're doing the wrong thing.
Otherwise you might get arrested.
You can probably hear the,
He might even give us
it's very loud in the background, but we'll do our best this afternoon. Our first entrant in the actual parade this afternoon is the Triumph Bonneville motorcycle, and followed by the Grafton Vintage Motor Vehicle Club, which includes a 1984 Porsche, a 944 from the Grafton Vintage Motor Vehicle Club, red wine colour with a 2.5 litre engine. And some of these vehicles are absolutely fantastic. They've been well restored, including a 1902 curved dash Oldsmobile by Warwick and Greg Spies. The 1959 red Carmen Ghia. It's a 1953 light blue Austin Somerset, and a 1926 dark blue Austin 12. These are cars that have been so well restored, and I tell you what, they look absolutely magnificent.
Oh, I'd certainly drive one if someone gave me one.
I think I would too. And the good thing about it, because I'm 6'6", if they had an open roof, I'd be fine.
I'm sure there's some, like this one coming onto the screen now. You might have a little bit of difficulty with this one on the screen at the moment.
Yeah, that certainly looks like a bit of a squashy car, but well restored. And of course, back in the day, people would have been loving to drive that particular vehicle. And of course, the car that we just saw on the screen was the 1951 FX Holden sedan, which is of course a member of the Grafton City Street Machines. And also the 1979 HZ Holden Premier. It's so great to see so many cars taking advantage of being involved with the street parade in 2022. Look at that beautiful white car.
Yeah, it's great to have it back on after 2 years of no procession due to COVID. So it's certainly wonderful to have it back.
We've got the Mid-North Coast Hot Rod Club with a 1946 Ford convertible V8. It's a left-hand drive because it was built in the US of A. And look at that one on the screen right now.
Oh, yes, I'd definitely drive that.
I can understand. It's a Mid-North Coast Hot Rod Club Brown 1940 Dodge sedan owned by Andy Froh from the 51 years since 1973, and it's a 318 V8 auto. I like my auto cars, that's for sure. And how good does that look?
This one's got some lips and eyes on it.
It certainly does.
And a crown. I think it had a crown up on the top on the roof racks.
It did indeed.
Now what's this? Oh yeah, that was the Australian Bible van that was on the screen just then. And Grafton City Street Machines is what is coming through now. As you can see, there's some L's and P's on these ones.
There certainly are, and these are the drivers of the future, I guess you could say.
If you like cars, you are in the right place, folks.
I'll listen to the sound of those, the roar of the motor.
Yes, not sure whether that'll be coming through on our live stream or not.
And of course, if you want to re-watch the actual parade, you can do that through, of course, this YouTube channel of Clarence Media. And of course, the Jacaranda Festival, celebrating Jacaranda's for Grafton's Jacaranda trees, had been proposed spasmodically over many decades in the early 1900s, at a time when the world was emerging from the Great Depression. An idea to attract tourists and visitors to Grafton began to emerge, and in December 1934, newly elected councillor Edward Chataway proposed a festival for the following year and gathered like-minded civic leaders around him. And with single-minded persistence, Councillor Chataway made the first festival a reality in 1935. And of course, the festival has been going for many, many years. Obviously, a bit of a hiatus in the last couple of years due to, of course, the fact that we had COVID and, of course, wet weather as well. But at least last year we had the festival, but unfortunately it was a case of no parade. Great crowd here this afternoon, lining the streets of Prince Street. We're actually from Wiley's Hotel, right opposite the Clock Tower. And, of course, you can see the beautiful crown on the Clock Tower hotel itself, on the actual Clock Tower. And it's absolutely sensational when it's night time and it lights up in that beautiful purple.
Yes, he's got all the purple lights up on the veranda. So just while we're waiting for the next part, because the cars tend to drive a little bit quicker than what the walkers walk. So we've got a few people watching online. So hello to everyone that's watching online with us today, whether you're in Grafton or whether you're online because you can't make it here today because you're too far away.
That's exactly right. And of course, there's some great things that are still to come tonight. If you are in Grafton.
So if you are in Grafton, don't be a stranger. Get on down to Market Square tonight.
You've got the Summerland Credit Union party in the park, which of course is going to feature the fantastic Grace and Hugh joining forces with a swinging, swaggering, big old bus band. 10 world-class musicians climbing aboard. And the next stop, of course, is Grafton. And, of course, prior to the actual music starting, Leah, they've actually got the film that was an award-winning film, Up Armidale Road.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
That's going to be on the big screen in Market Square tonight, prior to the actual party getting underway. And, of course, the closing party tomorrow being, of course, the Sunday Fun Day from 10 till 2.
And if you're in Grafton and you haven't got along to Illuminate in Sea Park yet, of an evening, it's so lovely there with all the jacarandas lit up, and they've got lilac lights on the water, and the bridge has got festive lights on it. It's just so lovely of a night. So pop on down there if you haven't been down there yet. I think it's actually running for another week yet, the lights. It goes till the 10th, is that right?
That sounds about right. Yeah, next Thursday I think it would be. And of course the magnificent pictures that are on the actual towers as you go across the new bridge.
Yes, I've got to do that tonight. I haven't done that yet either.
So we have been so spoiled for choice here in Grafton for the Jacaranda Festival for 2022. And Mark Blackadder and his team of volunteers, Desson and, of course, his committee have done an absolute magnificent job in putting together this year's festival. And, of course, a bit of rain over the last couple of days as well, a bit of rain today, but they've done absolutely magnificent to put on a sensational Jacaranda 2022 that will go down in history, and go down in history for a number of reasons too, because the actual candidates that were actually chosen this year to actually represent the community. Amanda Daffy, of course, is from the New School of Arts and Neighbourhood Centre, and she was actually chosen as the actual candidate, as the actual Jacaranda ambassador.
Yes. So where in the past it's always been a Jacaranda Queen, this year the candidates were able to choose their title, and she's gone with the title of Jacaranda Ambassador. Yeah,
and she's certainly got some great community spirit which embraces the Jacaranda Festival, and being part of the excitement is one of the reasons she wanted to nominate as a candidate this year. And another reason is decided to be part of the festival was because this year is the decision to be more inclusive of the LGBTIQ plus community. Now, the princess this year, sponsored by LV Hair, was Trinity Gutteridge. Trinity says she remembers looking at the photos of the Jacaranda Queens of past years on the wall in ice cream, dreaming of one day getting to be one and being part of history. And that's certainly what she's been able to do. She thought it would be a great opportunity to become a candidate, to really grow as a person, and also improve her public speaking ability and learn about organising events, collaborating with businesses to support an idea. So a good job from Trinity being the Jacaranda Princess for 2022. And of course the awesome junior candidates, there are only 3 of them this year, but they did all a great job. Lily Brookwell was sponsored by Flame Trees Cafe and Cakery. Molly Crosgrove from Virtue Property, she was crowned the Junior Queen. She decided that she wanted to make new friends, grow in confidence, and to learn about the festival. She says she's really excited to participate in the Jacaranda Float Procession this year and to be part of something special in her local community. So well done to you, Molly. And the lovely Ella Roach, sponsored by Blueberries Smoothies and Health Bar down in Maclean. She's been crowned the Junior Princess, and she says that she loves the experience and what it's created for her and the many opportunities to make her feel connected. So we can see slowly coming up the street the band that is going to be performing this year, and of course it's which is absolutely fantastic. I'm just bringing up the program, and we've got the Grafton District Services Club Pipe Band with Pipe Major Dr. Alistair McGuinness, the Drum Sergeant Libby McPhee, and the Tartan is Hunting McGuinness. So that's the Grafton District Services Club Pipe Band coming up on our screen right now, which is looking absolutely fantastic. And I just can't get over the crowd. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. We'll let you have a bit of a listen to the pipe band as they come down the street. We can see on our screen now is the Grafton District Services Club Pipe Band, and the Pipe Major is Dr. Alistair McGuinness. The Drum Sergeant is Libby McPhee, and the Tartan is Hunting McGuinness. And no doubt there'd be hours and hours of preparation that goes into making these performances.
Oh, definitely. I can't imagine how much it'd take to learn the bagpipes.
District Services Club Pipe Band. Give them a round of applause.
And followed closely behind the pipe band, we can see the Jacaranda, winning party.
Yeah, so the first one is actually, because there was no procession last year's candidates were invited to join as well. So the first one there is the seniors.
And we can see this year's Jacaranda ambassador in Amanda Daffy, and of course the lovely.
Yeah, Amanda's there in the red sparkly dress.
And of course last year's Queen.
Hello, Amanda. Hey, Missy. It's great to see you up on the floats. You guys look amazing.
Absolutely fantastic.
And that's Trinity there, just in front of Amanda.
Yeah, fantastic to see.
And then the next float is the junior candidates, both this year and last year. And the junior ones that are chosen to go up on stage, the children. I can't remember what their official title is.
What's going up there on the floats? Hi, Maddie. Hi, Leah. Hi, Brooke. Hi. How's it going up there? You look very impressive on this float.
It's fantastic. It looks, it really is great for the community.
So that was Aaliyah. She was last year's princess.
A little bit. What about you kids? Are you having a good time on the float? Yes.
And my daughter did it last year. She was one of the juniors, so she's there just waving at the camera now.
And that is indeed a perfect wave. Thank you. And a very special guest to the 2022
And then we have followed behind the Jacaranda Queens and the Junior candidates, the Casino Beef 2022 Beef candidate. the Beef Week Queen, a special guest this year at the Jacaranda Festival, which is great to see. Of course, Beef Week I think was on earlier this year. I think up there in Casino, and I know they've got the big field days coming up sometime this month as well. So certainly plenty of activities happening around the Northern Rivers region. One of our great sponsors of the Jacaranda actual float procession is Newcastle Permanent. And Newcastle Permanent, of course, over there at Grafton Shopping World, do a magnificent job for the community here in Grafton, but also up and down the coast. Obviously, the name Newcastle Permanent coming out of...
and they're all decked out in their Jacker purple with their purple balloons and purple shirts.
That's all you need. You've done a fantastic
They certainly
job.
are. And
Thanks, guys.
their sign on the back of their shirt, here for Jacker, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Oh, that's what everyone's here for. And I can hear the train too. The XPT's also giving it up for Wesley Mission. The XPT goes through it this time of day and likes to give it a big honk.
Thank you to our overall sponsor. Hi, team.
Yes, Wesley Mission is a proud sponsor of Jacaranda Festival. And of course, they're very honoured to be part of the Jacaranda Festival. And today, their float encompasses the services they offer, which includes NDIS, aged care, Parents Next, Meals on Wheels and foster care. They love this camaraderie, and they look forward to celebrating with everyone in many years to come. So well done to Wesley Mission for being a major sponsor of the 2022 Jacaranda Festival. And followed behind them, another great local business, formerly known as Cranes. They changed their name to Liveable. And Liveable are a great organisation in our community up and down the coast of New South Wales, who deliver a comprehensive range of NDIS, aged care and family support services. A livable care for our community and aims to empower people to live their best life their way. So well done to Livable, who of course have been a very integral part of the Grafton community for many, many years under the former name of course, in Cranes. We got the first of many of our huge trucks coming down Prince Street at the moment.
And we've got some bubbles floating past our camera.
Yeah, which it really makes it different, doesn't it? I remember, seeing float parades on TV when I was down in South Australia, and this is up with it. This is certainly up with it. This is fantastic. And we've got a big semi-trailer which probably doesn't normally come down the main street of Grafton.
Yes, and having to get around the roundabout. Having to get around the roundabout with all the people in so close.
That's exactly right.
Make sure you're staying right back.
Yes, definitely they need to stay back. Someone will lose their toes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The Grafton Dog Obedience Club following the truck, but the Jacaranda Preschool in South Grafton provide quality care and education for children 3 to 6 years. They pride themselves with building strong relationships with children, their families and community. Look, I have just been able to get a brand new puppy. I got a German Shepherd cross from the RSPCA down in Coffs Harbour last week.
And are you going to take it along to dog obedience?
I think it needs to go to dog obedience school, though my wife and daughter have done a pretty good job in getting it to sit and stay and to go outside for the toilet.
Really, with the number of people around and so on, those dogs are being all very nice and obedient, aren't they? They're not
very much
jumping around and so on, which is always good in a dog.
That's exactly right. No, they're doing a magnificent job. And the Grafton Dog Obedience Club Incorporated have members and their furry companions from the club joining us today, which is sensational.
We've got Widden.
Yeah, Widden, a fantastic aged care facility in the Clarence Valley. Of course, they look after our elderly and do a magnificent job, and it's great to see that they're on their minibus down here today. Well, there are many dance schools in the Clarence Valley, and one of the best is the Ashley Albert Performing Arts, who are led by the flight attendants from the AAPA Air. Now, of course, COVID has stopped us from travel over the last couple of years, so they're letting us take us around the world with the all-famous landmarks, the safari to the jungle, the Paris in the USA, and Ashley Albert's production of All Around the World is being held at the Grafton Racecourse on December 11. So certainly a show that you probably don't want to miss.
Go Ashley Albert!
And of course,
They certainly look very striking in their aqua and white outfits, don't they?
they certainly do, and they look like flight attendants. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I don't know the length of the skirts would be seen on planes
No.
these days, but
I agree
as
with you.
dancers, I guess it's a very
Different
very
story.
practical length.
Another big rig coming through. Remember to step back.
Round of applause, Ashley Albert.
And here comes the Ashley Albert truck with some of the younger ones and other dancers on.
And they do a magnificent job. I mean, you know, to have the kids get up there and dance in the end of year performances and so forth, it's fantastic. And they do a great job, and they look magnificent in their costumes.
That's a colourful bunch. We've got some yellow and black and some animal prints and some red and blue sparkly sequins.
And I would say that it'd be local mums and grandmums and people of our community that make those costumes.
Yeah.
We now have the Australian Rodeo entrant for 2023 joining us today at the Jacaranda Festival, and of course here for the float procession this afternoon. And not too far behind the Australian Rodeo entrant, we have the Grafton Showgirl, Penny Dooley, and also the Junior Showgirl, Sally Miller, and the Teen Showgirl, Ellie Huntley, with Boy of the Barn, Caleb Foster. And entries are now open for the 2023 show. And you can certainly see Carmel from, I think it's, where's Carmel from? Just down the road, Carmel, who is looking after.
Yeah, I think so. And now we've got another pipe band coming through, so can we hear them on the stream?
Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Paper Daisy Flores. They have a recycled pool noodles picked up from roadside rubbish.
Now, of course, that pipe band was the Cops, Pipes and Drums. The pipe major was Jeff Rogers. The drum sergeant was Alan Alderman. And the tartan is McLeod of Harris. The Paper Daisy Florist have recycled pool noodles picked up from the roadside rubbish collection and have created an under-the-ocean mermaid theme for this year's actual float procession and done a magnificent job. Social Futures is also part of the parade this afternoon. They're a community organisation creating inclusive communities and bridging the gap of social isolation. They connect people to support the need when they need it the most. And one of our fantastic sponsors at the radio station is Anytime Fitness. And Anytime Fitness is the premium 24-hour gym and is a place where everyone belongs. You can start your fitness journey by dropping in and seeing the friendliest team over in South Grafton. Well, of course, Leah, when we are in need of assistance, when there's a fire or a road triad accident, we call on the New South Wales Fire and Rescue. Of course, they've got the urban pumper for structure firefighting and also rescue work as well. They do a magnificent job. And
when you're only metres from the horn, it's certainly very loud.
That's exactly right. They've also got the hazmat tanker there as well. So they do a great job, the men and women of the New South Wales Fire and Rescue Service. Coming up next on our screen this afternoon, we've got the Clarence Valley Filipino Australian Community Club, which is a magnificent club, a club that includes our friends from the Philippines. And of course, I'm not sure about you, but if you like your food from other countries, they do a magnificent menu, don't they?
Definitely.
Next up, we have the West Lawn Preschool.
And we can certainly see the dancers from the Clarence Valley Filipino Australian community there as well.
But in this preschool, we swim together. What a great
They've done, the Filipino community have done an excellent job there on their float. It looks like they've used, I don't know whether it's crepe paper or
very good, isn't
something
it?
to make a great sign with both the Philippine flag and the Australian flag there.
A bit of a close-up, there we go.
There's a bit of a close-up.
And it's great that they, it's an inclusive group. So it's great that
there's some dancers there at the back of their section. Okay.
Now, coming up next on screen, we can see
Here we go.
a huge semi-trailer navigating through. It's the West Lawn Preschool, and their theme this year is Under the Sea. We may all be different, but in this preschool, they all swim together. And look, how good is that? Absolutely fantastic. Great job from the West Lawn Preschool. And I know that all the mums and all the teachers, they love it. I know one of our magnificent volunteers at the radio station, 103.1, Heather Ford, she's a life member of the West Lawn Preschool, and she cleaned there for many, many years and did a magnificent job. We've got the Highland Dancers on our screen right now, Leah. The Highland Dance Group of Grafton and Glen Innes. Now, these dancers compete throughout Australia and internationally. With recent success in Queensland, the Jacaranda Highland Dancers perform at local events, including the Glen Innes Celtic Festival as well. And they do a magnificent job.
And I love the kilts.
Yes, the kilts, absolutely. Oh, look at this. The big Blanchard semi-trailer. Number 24 coming to our screens now. And this, I think, is Pacific Valley. Is it?
St. Joseph's.
St. Joseph's Primary School. There we go. Established in 1858, where they were the first in Lismore Diocese, and continues to provide education for girls and boys from kindergarten to year 6. The year 1 class in each, they have 1 class in each grade and cater for a wide range of students. They teach in collaborative and flexible learning spaces, carefully tailoring each lesson to each child's needs. They pride themselves on providing a rich, stimulating and rigorous educational experience that is firmly focused on growth for every child, every day. Of course, St. Joseph's are from South Grafton, and St. Mary's Primary School. They've got a musical on their truck, and it's St. Mary's School Musical for 2022 called St. Mary's Got Talent. Very loud up here, Leah.
It is.
It's very loud.
With the sirens. We've got some of the background noise turned down a little bit. But yes, it's quite loud with the horns and so on from the trucks.
And all the kids on the actual truck for St. Mary's are having a good old time. Of course, St. Mary's Got Talent is their theme this year, which is sensational. Doing a really good job too. And coming up on our screen now, we've got the Southampton Rural Fire Brigade, who cater for the Waterview Heights and the area. They are volunteers protecting our community, and they do a magnificent job. And of course, during the recent bushfires of 2020, they certainly put their lives on the line for our local community, and we can't thank them enough. They do a magnificent job. One of the great local businesses of the Jacaranda Festival 2022 is, of course, Blanchard's Haulage. They sponsored many local events throughout our Clarence Valley and throughout the Grafton community. And of course, this big truck going up and down the highways, and of course, showcasing some of the pictures of Jacaranda festivals of years gone past, and do a magnificent job, that is for sure. Well, the Clarence Valley Relay for Life, they're back in 2023 after a couple of false starts over the last couple of years. You can check out their Facebook page and see what they've got installed. The City of Brisbane Pipe Band is next on our screen. Let's have a listen.
And the Brisbane Pipe Band who have come all the way down from Brisbane, Queensland. Thank you, guys.
The City of Brisbane Pipe Band, Major Owen and also Drum Sergeant David Spotswood, and the Trajan is McNeil of Barra. On screen now, we've got magnificent sport of netball. Netball is loved by many people in our community, both male and female, ages 5 to 99. All abilities and skills are welcome at the Grafton Netball Association. And of course, they've got a major upgrade going to their facilities in 2022. Ready, hopefully, for 2023. And they have teams that represent the Grafton at the state titles every year.
They've got a good turnout for the parade, with many on the truck and another huge group walking behind.
Indeed. Loving Life 103.1. There we go. We've got some of our volunteers handing out some goodies out of the bag. And our treasurer, Maria Cowper, is driving the Loving Life car, sponsored by Grafton Toyota, another fantastic sponsor of the radio station.
Thank you, Damien, for taking time out today to join us up here and commentate our live stream.
Absolute fantastic. And of course, Loving Life has been part of the community for 23 years. And, of course, Pizza and Ribs on the run as well. Another great station sponsor, and they have some fantastic pizzas available as well. Grafton Meals on Wheels were a recipient of an award at the Spring Gala Awards recently, and they do a fantastic job. Their staff and volunteers are part of the parade this afternoon, and of course Grafton Meals on Wheels, part of the Grafton community, that is for sure. Now, of course, our nurses and midwives do a magnificent job at our Grafton-based hospital, and they have worked tirelessly over the COVID pandemic. And I tell you what, we've got a huge round of applause going up from the crowd down here this afternoon in Prince Street. They do a great job, and they really do need to, of course, be given a pay rise, get them better nurses to patient ratios. Telling the government what they need, and the government really do need to listen. And I don't know if any of our politicians are in the crowd this afternoon, but maybe they can get that message clearly to them. The Clouds Furniture, another great local business, and Beds Are Us for quality furniture, bedding and mattresses. They, of course, are a great local business here in Prince Street, Grafton. Well, of course, our Grafton Army Reserve Unit do many things. Not only do they go off to help fight for our country, but in times of need, in times of crisis like the bushfires, like the recent floods, we can always rely on the Grafton Army Reserve Unit, and they do a magnificent job. And some of their cadets and some of their people that are part of the reserve unit are walking in camouflage.
And I think they're lucky that the weather is a little bit of a breeze and quite mild today, because those camouflage outfits, I imagine, on a 35-degree day, like it could be at this time of year, would be awful.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Look, it's a Jacaranda camouflage.
Yes, indeed. And lots of crepe paper on that one, that's for sure. Now, we have got coming up now, we have got the Combined Mobility Scooters and Red Cross Emergency Service Volunteers. How good is that? We've got, of course, our elderly on their mobility scooters. I mean, nothing will stop them from getting out and about in the community.
I'm sure they love Jacaranda because they've been growing up going to Jacaranda for years.
Yes, that's exactly right.
For their whole life.
Yes. They do a fantastic job. And, of course, the Australian Red Cross, too. I mean, a great part of our Australian history. And, of course, they need all the help they can get, that is for sure.
And they've all decorated up their scooters nicely as well.
Yeah. And you got a few animals on the back, obviously not real ones, but a few toy animals, that's for sure. The Country Women's Association of the North Coast are representing branches from Iluka to Urunga, including Dorrigo. And in 2022, celebrating 100 years of the CWA, helping and encouraging rural and regional women of all ages. And certainly you can see that on screen now. They certainly are women of all ages.
Yes, and Desson was just calling them chicks with attitude. Yeah. So I guess that's another way you can look at CWA.
That's exactly right, chicks with attitude.
They've certainly been around. It says celebrating 100 years.
The State Emergency Services volunteers have worked tirelessly over recent months through the many flooding events in the Northern Rivers, and of course there's that new emergency services warning system which is now in play. So you need to make sure that you're aware of that. And of course the Advice, Watch and Act emergency warning system is in place. You can go to the ses.com.au for more details, and a big thank you to all our volunteers for the SES who do a magnificent job in making sure that our communities are safe, and obviously with the devastating floods up there in Lismore and the Northern Rivers, and of course we had people in the Clarence Valley as well.
Between the bushfires and the floods and everything of the last 3 years, they've certainly had their work cut out for them, because it doesn't feel like that long ago, but it's 3 years ago since the fires were an issue.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
A big issue.
Yeah, and I know Emma from Clarence Media went out to Nimboida to interview a few people, and just some of those interviews and some of those pictures straight after the actual fires were just hard to describe. But of course, they're after more volunteers, the SES, wherever you are in the Clarence Valley or wherever you are watching us around Australia on our live stream. If you can give some time, the SES certainly would need your help. Now, on the screen right now, I'm pretty sure this is the Grafton Pony Club, who have been operating for 80 years. It's great fun for the whole family. We haven't got any actual ponies on there at the moment, obviously, because I think the ponies might get a bit scared due to the loud noises. But if you've got a pony and you would like to become involved, then get in contact with the Grafton Pony Club. I think we're just over the halfway mark of the actual floats this afternoon.
Isn't it great that we get so many pipe bands coming from so many different places, some of them quite a long way away?
Yeah, exactly. And this one is from Murrumba Pipes and Drums with Pipe Major David Greenhall, Drum Sergeant John Connos, and tartan is Tartan 2000. Let's have a listen.
The Marumba Pipes and Drums. Give it up all the way from Queensland.
Another group that would be enjoying the slightly milder weather, because that would be pretty warm.
Absolutely.
Walking along,
Yes.
dressed like that, trying to play bagpipes.
Yes, I know. and actually having to walk, that's the biggest thing.
Family daycare.
We've got the Clarence Daycare. They meet the national quality standards, and they are not for profit. I think some of our floats have pulled out, I think, or they've gone out of order.
Next up, we have the Mid-Coast Family Daycare.
And the Mid-Coast Family Daycare theme this year is Jacaranda is pollination powers the planet. And that is certainly true, isn't it?
Thank you for looking.
Mid-Coast Family Daycare, of course, were the proud sponsors of the baby competition that was held today as well in Market
that
Square.
was on at Market Square this morning.
Yeah, it certainly was. And doing a
I
magnificent
haven't
job.
heard who the cutest baby was.
No, I haven't. I haven't heard that either.
And we can see Desson there on our screen at the moment in his purple sparkly, he's gone now, purple sequin jacket, very Jacaranda of him.
Power to the beat.
And we do have the Grafton Girl Guides, aged from 5 years to adulthood, a place for fun and adventure and friendship. That's a good way to get the kids involved.
Next up, we have
But on screen, of course, is the
District Girl Guides.
Clarence Family Daycare.
From 5 years old to adulthood. A place for fun and adventure.
I think you got ahead a bit of yourself.
Yeah,
there.
I have. Well, they've gone sort of backwards. I mean,
we were still on the family daycare there, but now we're on the Girl Guides.
the Girl Guides, yeah, from age 5 to adulthood. And a great way for them to certainly get involved. A bit of kayaking, canoeing. And on screen now we have Broomies Towing and Recovery. They operate 24/7, specialising in breakdown and accident towing. You can give them a call if you need on 0421 820 957. The 41st Battalion of the Royal New South Wales Regiment Local Army Reserve Unit, located on the corner of Duke and Oliver Streets.
And next up, we've got a Clarence Valley BMX Club. They're located in South Grafton.
And on the screen now we can see the Clarence Valley BMX Club, located in South Grafton for ages from 5 to 50. They offer a 4-week free licence for all new riders, training on Monday and racing on Wednesday nights. Head over and check out or phone them on Facebook.
I'm guessing this is probably a bit smooth for them.
Yeah, it would be. And there's no hills.
Compared to what they're used to, there's no bumps to jump over. And
That's exactly right. Now, coming along now is the very loud.
yeah, we'll just turn this back up again so that when they give it a blast, you can hear how loud it is.
The Grafton City Rural Fire Service. Their truck is in the float possession for over 20 years. And this year they've been very active in the community and have been able to get new recruits to show that the next generation is ready to serve our community.
Your locally family-owned coach and charter business.
On screen now, we've got Northland Coach and Travel. They're your local family-owned and coach and charter business. They've been in business for 23 years and they tour all over Australia. If you need a holiday, I think we all need a holiday, Leah. That is for sure. Doing a fantastic job too. And I believe we're coming to the end of the parade. These are the last couple of big buses for Northland Travel.
And then at the end of the parade, once they all head down one side of the street and then back up the other side of the street. But the pipers all sort of congregate at one end of the street, and when the last have gone through, the pipers will come back through as one mass band.
Wow.
As opposed to, have we seen 4 or 5 different
I think,
bands
yeah,
go
we
through?
have.
So they all come together at the end of it, and they'll probably, well, the last time, I guess they'll do it something same this time. They come back up the other side of the street, and then they might stop at the roundabout, or they might go round into Market Square playing as one big group.
Look, absolutely fantastic, and a job well done to everyone involved with the Grafton Jacaranda Festival for 2022. A mammoth effort to get the festival back up to a standard that they sort of left a couple of years ago before COVID. Of course, we've had the likes of Brooke McClymont and Adam Eckersley there on Thursday night for a big family-free concert in Market Square.
It's been a great festival. There's been a lot more things on. There's been stuff on at Market Square almost every night, I think. And in addition to that, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, there's been things on at Illuminate in Sea Park. I wonder if we can quickly duck into the program and see who's over at
it's Pam Hatter. Pam Hatter.
Oh, Pam Hatter is over at Sea Park this evening performing.
Yeah, she certainly is.
And they've had ice cream over there and Kyle's.
I think the new guy who's got the new food truck. He's been over there as well.
So there's food trucks over there. So yeah, tonight you've got a choice. You can come to Market Square to the party that's on there, or you can go and over to Sea Park and look at the entertainment that's on over there. But yeah, so we're just watching some of the trucks go back up the other side at the moment.
And look, I think it's
if
just,
I go back to the other screen, look at the crowds that were here.
Absolutely.
So many people, and that actually, I went down to the showground to drop my daughter off earlier, and the showground is 4 blocks from the main street roughly. The whole way from here to the showground there were cars and people. People had their cars, their tray-back utes and their station wagons, and just had the backs open, sitting in the backs of their cars, ready to watch the parade.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, that's what Jacaranda is here for the community, to bring everyone together, to, show off some of our local businesses and our community groups. And look, I think this is, only going to grow, year on year from here on in. And a big thank you to Emma from, of course, Clarence Media, yourself, and also Rob downstairs for the camera work.
Yeah, and thank you again for taking time out and coming over from Loving Life to commentate, because you're way more used to talking on this sort of thing than what I am.
But the thing is, it was really good because I'm actually sitting down and I didn't have to walk. So that was a really good way to actually make sure I could still be part of the parade, but not have to worry about walking.
You didn't have to walk on the outside of the Loving Life
That's
vehicle.
exactly right.
Because I think years ago when I was involved, I imagine it's the same now, most of the floats are required to have somebody walking at the front. I guess that's just to make sure, just at the front corner, to make sure that no one sort of, because the trucks are so high and that, the visibility, make sure no kids kind of run out in front of the float.
That's exactly right.
So yeah, there are a lot of people out there walking just for the purposes of safety.
Now, just a quick recap of what is happening today for the remainder of the night. You've, of course, got, let me have a quick look here, just flipping over here. Here we go. You've got the Summerland Credit Union Party in the park. That gets underway in about probably just over an hour's time, from 7 o'clock.
So if you're in Grafton, get down here.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing. There are so many people around.
And I think that's the fantastic thing, is those that are performing on stage in Market Square tonight are going to have a crowd, which is fantastic. And of course, the great film, which is the award-winning film, of course, Up Armidale Road. That is on the big screen tonight, followed by the magnificent Grace and Hugh. And it all finishes tomorrow at Market Square. It is the Sunday Fun Day closing party, and it will include 2 DJs on stage, Panda and Rhett, to invite you to dance up a storm while enjoying one last time. And the Ferris wheel, the Dagwood Dog Guy, potato on a stick.
We've got a view there of Market Square on the screen at the moment. You can see the Ferris wheel there behind the beautiful jacarandas.
That is absolutely magnificent.
I've just turned the background sound down a little bit because they've started playing some other music, and sometimes YouTube can get a bit sensitive on music copyright issues. So I've just turned the background down while we wait for the rest of the parade to go through, and then when the pipers come. Don't ask me, I can't pick a crowd. I'm starting to hear the pipers come, but the commercial music they're playing is way louder than the pipers. So
I reckon there'd have to be at least a couple of thousand people who would have been here today. And a big thank you to Wiley's Hotel for allowing us to be up here.
To be up on the veranda. It's fantastic view. So,
and I think we should have.
I think they've turned the music down now, and here comes some. No, they haven't. They don't look like they've joined up yet.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's strange because they usually have all the pipe bands joined together. But here's one of the smaller groups going past again now. As you can see, just looking at the camera, there are a lot of people here today. But
yeah.
How many did you?
I was going to say a couple of thousand.
Oh,
at
easy,
least.
easy, a couple of thousand. There's probably a couple of thousand just sort of
in this precinct,
in this area, without stretching down to.
No, I think Grafton, you've come out in your droves, and you've certainly supported Jacaranda 2022. I actually think we should have some kind of a Christmas parade. I mean, something like that would be magnificent in our community as well.
Yeah, and they're putting lights. I think they're doing lights in the street or something. So, and if the shops all get in and put some lights up, and
it would really make it, beautiful
but
again.
It certainly has brought a lot of people out. There's been a lot of visitors to town this year. It feels like more than normal, but I don't know whether it's more than normal or whether it just feels like it because we've had a couple of years of no visitors. Maybe it just feels like there's a lot of visitors.
Yeah. And look, I haven't had the chance to really get out, and I haven't been to Illuminate, but I'll try and get there before they close off. But I think it's wonderful that the council's got on board, all the sponsors of Jacaranda, all the local businesses who have jumped on board to support Jacaranda.
All the purple windows,
Absolutely.
The decorated windows, and even just like, I don't know whether our cameraman can just zoom into the flowers. Like you can see the petunias down at the foot of the clock tower. And the council have done a beautiful job there with the clock tower. It looks like purple bunting, the way they've designed it. There's dark purple flowers kind of in a triangle in the middle and then multicoloured in the other triangles. So
there we go. Absolutely beautiful.
The petunias look lovely. I was actually worried that they were going to be past it by the time Jacaranda came. But, hey, I'm not a gardener, so they know what they're doing. I don't.
I'm not a gardener either. And, look, for those that are watching this afternoon, if you have a business or you know a business who would like to be part of what we do, and that, of course, is film and live stream local events. We did the Jacaranda Basketball Carnival a couple of weeks ago. We did, of course, live streaming of Jacka Rock. That was, of course, at the race course. We did the hockey grand final. We, of course, did the rugby league grand final. So if you'd like to advertise live on our YouTube channel, then please get in contact with Clarence Media. You can look us up online.
Let's just turn this up a little bit, see if we can hear those pipers come back through. People waiting for the parade to go back up the other side of the street.
Certainly still lots of background noise.
Okay, so I'm not sure whether the pipers will get together. There was something in Market Square earlier where the pipers all combined, so maybe that's maybe that they've been and done that for this year.
Yeah, maybe that's what the actual tartan was. That's why they did that in Market Square and let them sort of do all that.
I'm just so used to them all congregating at the end.
That's exactly right. And well done to, of course, the council as well, of course, who obviously blocked the streets off to make sure that everyone was going to be safe and so forth. So that is fantastic. But like I was saying, if you are a business or you know someone who may benefit from advertising doing something like this, then get in contact with Clarence Media, and well, there's some great cost-effective advertising packages.
Very cost-effective.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's pretty much it for us from Wiley's Hotel up here. A big thank you for tuning in. I think we had a few viewers this afternoon.
Yes, we did have a few viewers, and it'll stay up online for as long as people would like to watch it.
Yeah, indeed. Well, from Leah and Damo, we thank you for your company this afternoon. Happy Jacaranda, and enjoy the rest of the festival.